something weird about the perception people have on money that are making 20k a month. They think to scale, they just need more clients. And that's exactly why they're not scaling. And on paper, they're doing everything right. You know, they're posting content, they run ads, and they even have a sales team, but they still can't break past that invisible barrier. People's lives change. Seeing them break their core beliefs that are just holding them back. It's hard to make money online. Only about 1% actually do it successfully. So once they make that realization, they're gonna start attracting more high quality, high caliber clients, and they end up running the business that they want. And being able to see someone change like that is exactly why I love doing what I do.
Liam, what we like to call high leverage. You know, we got Airbnb with the team. Me and a couple of other guys, you want to chill. Liam's working. He's like, bro, what do you think of this? What do you think? We're going to play FIFA. Yo, lads, we were playing FIFA last night. And Liam just locked in everything. That's crucial to have in your circle. Someone that shows you, like, don't be low leverage, be high leverage. And that's what Liam is. And this specific presentation, someone he's been working really hard on. As you know, he's AI developer. Anything to do with AI, softwares. He's your guy. He's locked in. It's all he does. He had a dream about code.
Yeah.
I know. So he's flipping dials, right? He's one of the most valuable assets to the team, and he's going to be presenting his Node Strats software and a lot of value to go alongside. So handing it off to high leverage Liam.
Well, thanks very much, Gerald. And I just wanted to say, after all the Google Meets, finally get to meet all you guys, and it's a pleasure. So I'm going to present the London May 2026 Student Mastermind. Most service businesses don't actually deserve 20, 40, even 50k a month. And that's a good thing. Now, the mistake I'll actually cover today that most service businesses actually have, it actually costed me and my clients thousands of dollars in ad spend, countless weeks, and clients will never get back. So not too long ago, I started running ads, and on paper, everything seemed, like it was gonna go well. The organic brand was actually dialed, all of the colors, all the fonts, and the organic presence was dialed. We were posting consistently on social media. We had the results and case studies to show for, but we only ended up hitting a 2x ROAS and barely broke even after paying commissions and fees, and we had no idea where we actually went wrong. Who here actually runs ads for themselves, for their clients? Over the past 6 months, I've been able to reverse engineer Meta's ad algorithm and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars for me and my clients. So the hard truth is that most people believe Meta makes money when you make money. But in reality, Meta only favors the people that are spending millions of dollars a month on ads. If you're only spending, a couple $100 a month or even 5 to 10k a month, they don't really care if you spend money on their platform or not. So if you rely on ads purely to make you convert, you need to expect high CPLs, unqualified leads, and a much lower ROAS than 2.5x. Now I'm talking for agency ads and service-based businesses like in the online space. As a result, if you've got crazy good ad copy, a strong organic presence, and high quality content, it means nothing since the odds are rigged against you. So how is it that me and my clients are able to force Meta to give us the leads, ROAS, and CPLs we want in a corrupt ads algorithm where Facebook only favors the people spending a lot of money? First, before we actually get into the algorithm that Meta is currently using, which is Andromeda, we need to explain how it was actually before. So before, let's say you had 4 creatives with different angles, different hooks, and you're trying to sell to fitness coaches. So your ICP was fitness coaches. If you had 4 creatives with different hooks, for example, if you're a fitness coach making 5k a month, or if you're a fitness coach living in the USA, whatever it is with different angles, it would all go to one unified TAM. And as you can see, there's different bubbles inside that TAM with people inside your ICP that have different interests. It all goes to one unified TAM. Now this will lead to low ROAS, high CPL, and unqualified leads because there's no actual specific targeting for each small bubble inside your TAM. Now the market pockets. So as I'm explaining, those little circles are market pockets. So for example, you can have people wanting more leads as a pocket, or people that want to post more content. So like an agency that wants to get more clients, they want more leads, they want more content. They all have different interests, and those are the small pockets and the market pockets inside your TAM. And in the present algorithm structure, post Andromeda, if you were to post 4 creatives with different hooks and different variations, it would go to different market pockets, and they can actually, coexist within each other. So if you have an ad creative which hook goes into fitness coaches that are in the US and the UK and that have specific interests in other things, that will just go to one market pocket and so on. Most people that run ads get it Completely wrong. They're doing it backwards. They try to get as many ICP views as possible, try to hit pain points, they even try and change beliefs, and that's simply not enough anymore. Because if that foundation isn't built with that proper conversion mechanism, none of it actually matters. And no matter how hard you will try, you will get 0 sales. The only thing that will get you profitable ads is by creating an ad for each market pocket in your niche. This exact strategy is exactly why I'm able to work with some of the highest caliber clients I can possibly get. It didn't all start like this for us though. About a year I started my info offer and I just wanted to run profile visit ads. So I spent about 2K and got 0 clients. And that really opened my eyes because I was just told to run profile visit ads and everything would just work by itself. But in reality, it was the complete opposite. I needed to build a strong foundation, a proper brand, and the proper conversion mechanism to be able to take those leads and actually convert them into high caliber clients. Once I actually had that foundation built and that conversion built, I then rerun the profile visit ads, and that basically got me to where I am today. One thing I tell my clients all the time is that the thing that matters most for conversion isn't reels, stories, but your VSL. Because an excellent VSL can make even mediocre ads amazing, but excellent ads can't make your VSL excellent. The reason for this is because VSLs are longer. They're about 10 minutes long, they actually nurture your prospect, whereas ads are just about 30-40 seconds long that just get the attention. So all of these market pockets will actually go to one unified VSL. So if you send them all to a landing page, it will actually go to one unified VSL where you basically go through the common pain points that it have and you make it more general. So you don't make different VSLs for different market pockets. So the actual VSL structure. So for agency ads, you should be running to a VSL funnel because that will get you the highest converting ads if you actually make it properly. So in the first 30 seconds, you actually need to hook your prospects. Now, how can you do that correctly? If you have a deep understanding of your ICP with what beliefs they have and what you actually want to get them to and what they want to get to, then you'll really know what to say in the hook. So an example of this, if you're selling to fitness coaches and a really deep belief they have is that the only way to get clients is through referrals, then you say that that's wrong in the hook and that will spike their interest. Now then in the amplifier, it's super simple. All it is just add more context to the hook and actually make it so that they get more curiosity. So spike more beliefs and curiosity. Now from minute 115 to 7:30, you want to actually change beliefs. And this is the actual value of the VSL itself. What do you actually do in the value? The whole point of a VSL is to change beliefs. And the only way you can do that is if you've got a very deep understanding of your ICP. And you change those beliefs because that's what actually gets the people to create that aha moment in their brain, and that's what gets them to buy. If you don't change beliefs, nobody's gonna buy because they don't care. And lastly, you'd actually show proof, so case studies, testimonials, results, and all that will lead to that authority and proof building. Lastly, CTA, book a call, send me a message on WhatsApp, whatever it is. And yeah, that's kind of how you structure the VSL. And through scaling all my clients, I found a gap in the market. That was that there was no proper way to track every single high leverage metric that was able to predict how your next client would come. So who here tracks their funnel data? So what do I mean by this? Do you actually track like the retention rate on your VSL, or you really go in depth into what you track inside your funnel? A quote I really like is the price of not tracking is the brand you could have built and the money you could have made. So if you're not tracking, you have no clue what you could have made. And if you aren't tracking, you most certainly do not deserve 20K a month, 30K a month, or even 100K a month business. And that's why you're probably stuck below 10K a month. Basically, what I wanted to present to you guys is over the past 6 months, I've been working on a software for service-based businesses, especially in the online space. So any type of agency owners, info operators, consultants, this will be super valuable. And there's just literally no competition because everything is tracked fully automatically. So the marketing and funnel in one view. This is just like the tip of the iceberg of what the software can do, but essentially every single bit of data in the marketing end will be tracked fully automatically. The total ad spend, front end ROAS, total revenue, average order value, and you can even see lead source metrics. So say for example, you've got a personal brand, you're posting on Instagram, you're posting on YouTube, you can actually see what's your cash collected by YouTube video. You can see what's your cash collected by story sequence, and even your lifetime value by story sequence. So you can even see what are the clients that are paying you more per channel. And that's super valuable because then you get to understand what actually gets the highest converting client. A feature that my software Node has is that you can connect your Calendly. So you literally click connect Calendly and every single booking that is booked through that Calendly will appear in the CRM and pipeline. So essentially, you will see the lead name, the platform they came from, the source, the actual video that they came from, and the closer and the setter get assigned. So if you're making, between 5 and 10K a month, you're at the point where you need to start actually getting sales reps like setters and closers, and they would just assign themselves onto here. You can see when they booked, and then you actually enter the data of whether they confirmed they showed up, and this is basically the salesperson's job. Once that's all tracked, everything will appear inside the CRM and the dashboard, so you basically see all of the data in one place. Another thing that nobody else has is not many people actually track their client success. So they don't know where they're at in terms of, upsell rate, cross-sell rate, or they don't really know how the client journey is going. A very cool thing that Node actually has is you can track everything. So once you see all the source metrics and the team metrics, you basically see a health score of how likely they are to upsell. In a service-based online business, most of your money is going to be made through the back end. The front end is just to get them in. But if you've got a proper back end offer that you charge 10K for and the front end offer is like 2K, if you got results on that front end offer, the back end offer is what actually going to make you the most amount of money. Like all of the industry leaders in the space, they make their money through back end. And this is the best way that we can actually track all of that. So health score, upsell readiness, custom milestone tracking, MRR target versus current, and a one-on-one call and interaction log. All of that is fully tracked. Now, tracking is the core behind the results I've gotten for me and my clients. For example, 20K to 60K a month in 3 months, 3x ROAS to 12x ROAS in 3 months, 30% close rate to 85% close rate on average in 3 months. Here's the exact approach I use behind tracking to get these results. So the most important metrics you need to be tracking to actually get to that 20, 30K, even 50K per month mark are these. So if you're not tracking these, you need to start tracking them right now. So you need to be tracking the daily qualified leads that you're bringing in every single day, whether that's through Instagram, WhatsApp, people you're reaching out to, whatever it is needs to be tracked. New combos from source. If you've got a personal brand, how many conversations are you actually starting from that source? And the actual confirmed calls. So how many confirmed calls by source are we actually getting? Now we're gonna get onto sales. A very important thing we need to track is pitch rate, okay? With your offer, you don't want to pitch everyone, okay? You should have a pitch rate of about 70%. If you pitch everybody that gets on a call with you, like your client success rate is not going to be very good. You should only pitch the people that you know for 100% you can actually help. If not, the client success is just going to decrease a lot and your reputation is just going to tank. And at some point, you're just going to get doxed or whatever it is. You need to track the show rate, qualified calls rate, the common objections from call recordings, and the close rate. And lastly, fulfillment. So if you don't know what your upsell rate is or what your average LTV is, like you'll never know what you can actually scale to. So you need to track all of these upsell, cross-sell, and churn metrics to actually understand how long a client is actually with you and how likely they are to actually go to the next level. And with this data, we made several discoveries that hold agencies, coaches, and sales team back significantly. But if I wanted to give you one piece of advice of value to make sure it actually sticks today, it would be this. And I would gladly go as far as to say, you should stop all of your ad spend. You should completely stop all of your ads, unless this is implemented significantly. But if I wanted to give you one piece of advice of value to make sure it actually sticks today, it would be this. And I would gladly go as far as to say, you should stop all of your ad spend. You should completely stop all of your ads, unless this is implemented. Who here has gotten a client from follow-ups? So what do I mean by this? Have you ever had a no-show or a no-close and you just kept following up with him and you ended up becoming a client? Just raise your hand. The sales context in this is that you get a lead, you actually have a conversation with them, whether that's on a Google Meet, WhatsApp, Instagram, whatever it is. They might ghost or they might just not show up or just not close. But you keep following up, and they actually either rebook or close. And that's what actually is the sales context of the actual following up. Now, how do we take that to a marketing context? When you're running ads as an agency or selling some sort of service, the viewer will see your ad creative and 90% of the time they're gonna skip, or 80% of the time. When's the last time you was on Instagram, you saw an ad and you bought from it instantly? Raise your hand. No one. You just kept seeing it over and over, and at one point you just clicked on it. So that's exactly what we want here. So basically, this is the retargeting structure that we follow, where essentially we want to create retention retargeting ads, where we retarget to the people that watch over 50% of the actual top of funnel ad creative, and then we launch more retargeting ads to the people that watched these ads. And then we include some sort of CTA, whether that's book a call through a VSL funnel, or actually get them to DM us. So this alone was able to fix my lead problem. And this is the actual ad strat with more context. So initially you want to start running 5 to 6 attention ads. So what I mean by attention ads is basically top of funnel ads that targets their pain points. So you need to really have a deep understanding of your ICP and think about what they actually have pain in, what are their core beliefs, and trigger that inside the actual ad creative. Then we're gonna retarget to 50%. We're gonna retarget to the people that watched over 50% of the video, and then we're gonna retarget to people that profile visited or engaged. And from that, we're gonna send them to a VSL. And that VSL, as I already explained, the framework, we're gonna change the beliefs. We're gonna make sure that that aha moment that happens in their brain, and that makes them buy. Does anybody have any questions? Geronimo?
What do you think, guys, at what stage should they be running ads?
So if you're making at least 3K a month and above, that's when you should be hiring setters. You probably don't need a closer quite yet, just setters to do outbound for you. And you should only be running ads when you're at that 3 to 5K per month mark, because that will ensure that you don't need to cold call anymore. You just scale up. And so yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, so 3K a month, high setters and then start ads.
Exactly. People that are starting out that are cold calling, yeah, obviously that's to build up that sales experience. But you're really gonna make the most amount of money when you're running ads. You're not gonna hit 100K a month cold calling. It's just not gonna happen unless you've got like a team of 20 setters. So the only way you're actually gonna achieve the big numbers is by running ads. Any more questions, Dahi?
Do you prioritize hiring setters first or going straight into ads?
So what I would do in your case specifically is I would start running ads and doing less volume on outreach. And once you've got the consistent sales calls, then you can, switch more to the outreach side and hire setters. Even get a closer if you're, making above 10K a month and you've got like that volume of calls. I would prioritize ads first, pretty much.
What kind of daily budget you're looking at usually?
Daily budget, I would start with $50 a day. Any more questions? Dev?
Node stacks, Node.
Oh yeah, basically you can sign up for Node. This is the QR code. Right now it's in beta, so you guys are all getting it for completely free. I'm not here to charge you or anything.
10K.
All of the people watching this video, they're not gonna get access to it. So this basically takes you to a page where you basically enter your email. And once it's fully up and running, then we'll send you an email and you can actually log on, because we're trying to get as much data as possible to improve it as much as we can. Yeah?
You see with ads as well, like of course because they're inbound, would you kind of hook them in just straight to the sales call? Like
Yeah.
add to the sales car, add to like discovery calls?
No discovery call, straight sales call. Once you actually have a proper VSL structure in place and you've got some sort of show up system where you actually change their beliefs, because that's really the whole point of a VSL and creating content, right? You need to be changing those beliefs and creating that click in their brain, that aha moment. And then they really understand that this is gonna solve my problems. And then when they hop on the sales call, they're just pre-sold. They'll just have a few questions and they'll just be ready to buy. So in 6 months, every person in this room will be one of 2 operators. They'll either know exactly what's working and why, if you're tracking all the data. You'll easily attract the leads and clients that you want, and you'll build extreme scalability within their business. Or you'll be the operator that lacks clarity, that struggles to bring consistent leads, and is wasting hours on low leverage tasks by not tracking and not knowing what to actually build in their business, because they don't know what's lacking. So before I actually end it, I just wanted to finish with a quote, which is, external problems are simply reflections of internal ones. Fix the internal and the external fixes itself. Thank you very much.
I learned.
Thank you guys. With this exact tracking system, now you know if you're gonna hit 100K a month or not, and what you have to change to hit that goal. This opportunity is a once in a lifetime. Literally no one in the market is gonna revolutionize it the way I am. The results speak for themselves. All right guys, so today we're basically gonna build the personal brand roadmap for Rio.
DM's helped me out, sort of build it out, build a content funnel so I can start posting.
So yeah, essentially this framework should get you to your first 10, even 20K per month inside info. And obviously afterwards, you're gonna scale that up to the 100K per month mark with the back end offer. And then you can get into more like tracking and that.
Yeah, cheers bro, appreciate it.
All right, Geronimo, you ready for the 100K per month?
Been running this for the last 10 months in info, running my own marketing agency, AI marketing agency. Looking forward to scaling this up.
Essentially, we're gonna build the brand first, content second, funnel third, and tracking always.
That's 100K a month right there, bro.
All right, bro. Let's
My
scale.
man, let's scale.
Tracking is the core behind the results I've gotten. For me and my clients, for example, 20K to 60K a month in 3 months, 3 extra hours to 12 extra hours in 3 months, 30% close rate to 85% close rate on average in 3 months.
Taking us from 20 to 40 to 60K in revs, like, been great seeing the growth, and it gives me optimism that we can continue to scale.
So if you're ready to take this to the next step, get everything you need to hit 150K per month plus consistently, make sure to click the first link in the description and let's have a chat.